cozy and magical friends. I hope the spring season has been treating you well. Welcome back to another video, or welcome if you are new here. If you are new here, hi, my name is Kim. I am an illustrator as well as a writer, and here on my channel I like to share a little bit of everything. I like to share just cozy projects that I'm working on, crafts, writing projects, illustration stuff, and just about living a cozy and intentional life. The past few weeks have been very busy with writing and illustration projects that I have been working behind the scenes and that I have taken you guys along for, as well if you've seen some of my previous vlogs. So I am in desperate need of just a cozy hobby day, and I know exactly what I want to be making for this vlog. I am very excited. If you've seen my craft videos before, you know that I love thrifting my stuff that I want to DIY, decor that I want to use, and that is exactly what we are doing in this video. I am going to take you guys along thrifting with me, which I actually already did. So I'm going to show you past footage of me going thrifting, and past me is going to also let you know what crafts we are working on for this video. I am so excited. This is exactly what I need to just unwind and to have one of those just cozy crafting project days where I can just play around, not think about deadlines, not think about anything, and just be in the moment with an audiobook or a movie and my project that I'm working on. So I'm going to play the footage next of me going thrifting, and then we're going to come back here to present me so I can show you the haul of the things that I got. I hope that you enjoy this video, friends. If you like these kind of videos, please subscribe, please like, please share, comment. It really goes a long way and it helps me with the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so much. All right, let's go thrifting then. We have made it to Savers, friends, and I am so excited to be here. We are shopping for some cozy spring decor that I want to DIY. I feel like I've been making more and more of these vlogs where I treat myself to go and do some cozy hobbies, go and find some supplies at the thrift store. And these have slowly become some of my favorite videos to make because they are my de-stressor videos, because I'm doing cozy crafts that I absolutely love, that help me unwind and de-stress after days of just working non-stop. Last time I was here at the Savers, I was looking for some vintage books because I wanted to decorate the spines of those books. If you've seen that video, then you remember what I'm talking about. I'll link it here somewhere. But I was here at this Savers looking for vintage books so I can decorate the spines, and they turned out so good. I loved that craft so much. So we are back here, friends, and this time I have a new cozy spring craft in mind that I want to remake. I'll pop some pictures here on the screen, but basically I'm looking for some frames. I want to find some sort of shadow box frames because initially what I want to do is collect little nature foraged items and place them on these little shadow boxes or frames to style around in my space. I really love how these look. They just look very naturey, very cozy, very spring. I mean, honestly, I feel like these can be year-round, and I am someone who loves to create art with nature. If you have been watching my videos for a while now, you know that my art and the things that I like to create are very nature, whimsical, cottagecore-ish, dark academia, moody sort of based. So that is kind of what I'm going for. I'm looking for these shadow boxes or some sort of just vintage cool looking frames. And honestly, I'm just keeping my eye open for anything that looks just vintage, whimsical, something that I can use for some crafts that I have in mind. But initially, this is a craft that I want to do, is to do the little shadow boxes or just cool looking frames. I love collecting just frames in general to frame my art. I also have some art in mind that I've been wanting to collage and put on some vintage looking frames. So maybe I'll keep an eye for just frames in general as a whole. So that is what I am here for. We're going to go in and check the store out. Hopefully they have something that I can use and get crafty with. So let's go, friends. Let's go on a treasure hunt and let's see what I can find. Welcome back, friends. I hope that you enjoyed thrifting with me. As you can tell from the footage, I was going crazy because there were so many good things that I wasn't looking for that I found. And I'm the type of person that if I find something that I really like or that catches my attention, I'll just add it to my cart and then I'll make decisions at the very end when I'm about to check out. So as you can imagine, my cart was looking pretty hefty, but I did not take everything that I put in there. I had to leave some things behind, but unfortunately that they were just not in my budget and I didn't necessarily need them, but they were just so cute. I definitely regret some of the things that I left behind, but it's okay because I also left with some pretty good stuff. I had to make some very serious adult decisions about what I wanted to take home with me. So I'm going to start off with some things that I got that are not particular for the crafting project that we're doing, but for the purpose of this haul, I just want to show you what I got. I only got two things that are technically not for the purpose of this crafting video, plus some clothing items. So I'll show you the non-project things and then I'll show you the crafting project things. I suppose I'll just start off with the clothing items that I got. I think 5 pieces of clothing items. I found some really cute stuff that I am definitely excited to wear this spring summer. I have been shopping around for spring summer clothing. I've gone through a couple of wardrobe declutters and I have gotten rid of a lot of my spring summer clothes that I just wasn't super attached to. So I've been slowly filling up my spring summer wardrobe with some pieces that I feel are more me. I had made a video not that long ago cleaning out my wardrobes and I was talking about how much I love thrifting clothing. And also in that video I shared about how now that I am in my 30s, I am honing in more into my style. I feel like 20-year-old me was really still trying to fit into this trendy bubble, and now that I'm in my mid-30s, I have really just been purchasing clothing items that fit who I am and that truly resonate with me and what it is that I'm looking for when wearing clothes. And that for me is comfortability first and foremost. I don't like being tight and restricted, so I'm always looking for flowy items. So needless to say, I found some flowy clothing items in this thrift trip. Starting off with this I'm gonna try my best to show this to you guys, but it's this, I think it's supposed to be a dress, but it's like this and it has some very cute little bows in the front that it ties in. It's supposed to be a dress, but this is not going to fit me as a dress, or if it would, I just wouldn't feel comfortable wearing this as a dress because it's kind of short for me. So I would wear this as a pretty oversized, just long shirt. I feel like this would look so cute over some denim wide leg jeans. It is this very soft, sort of like linen type of material. I tried this on last night and it looked super cute. I also really love the color, by the way. This is right up my color palette alley. Also, if you guys hear any snoring, it is Dobby. He's snoring his little bit away. It's pretty early in the day. Oh, and I think this was, like $7. I will say that thrift prices are severely going up and that is such a bummer because that's the whole point of thrifting, right? It's for you to get affordable, cheaper stuff. I mean, outside of obviously recycling clothes, like that's the main thing, but also it's supposed to be affordable. And these days, thrift stores, at least where I live, are just absolutely insanely crazy with their prices lately. Which brings me to my most expensive item that I got from this thrift trip, and that is this Free People. It's supposed to be this Free People Intimates dress. So like a little nightgown that you can sleep in, but I'm most definitely using this as a regular just going out type of dress. It is so cute, and the line at the bottom, it's kind of like an A-line type of hem at the bottom. Plus, not to mention this beautiful lace trim. It is absolutely gorgeous. It has like this very dainty, I don't know if you guys can see that. It has like this very dainty pattern. Lately, I haven't been wearing that much black. I feel like my wardrobe consisted of a lot of black clothing like a few years ago, and I've definitely dispersed some of my black clothing out because I wanted to add more earthy color tones into my wardrobe. So these days I don't purchase a lot of black stuff, but this is just absolutely beautiful. Look at all the details in here. Wearing like a little t-shirt underneath, and this, so beautiful. This, you guys, was $17. Actually, you know what? No, this was not the most priciest item that I got. I actually got a thing that was $20, which I'll show you in a bit. But this was the second priciest item that I got. I will say that I would not have gotten these two pricey items if I didn't have a coupon. I'm part of the Savers Rewards program, so I'm always getting points and getting discounts. And I always get also coupons sent to me. So I had a 30% coupon, and I also had a $10 voucher, I believe. That is the only reason why I got those two items. Otherwise, could not be me spending $20 on one thing and $17 on another thing at a thrift store. That is if it's not a furniture item, because obviously if it's furniture and I like it, it's gonna be pricier. The next thing that I got was this just really cute little tank top. I really love this so much because of the little lace detail here. I just thought this was so darling. I feel like this is going to be very airy to wear during the summer season. This was only $5, so that was nice. The next thing that I got is kind of like this little beach cover-up of sorts, but I'm definitely going to be using this as just a regular top. I love tops like this that you can just pop in a little tank at the bottom and throw this on top. I sometimes get very self-conscious in showing my arms, and I want to wear tank tops, so having stuff like this where I can just throw on top, it's just very easy for me. Trust me, I am working through that body dysmorphia thing that I have that I've been struggling with for years, and every day is different. So sometimes I feel comfortable showing my arms, and other times I feel a little self-conscious, which is okay. I'm working through it, you guys. I have insecurities just like we all do, but I know that those insecurities don't define me. I love myself very much, and I'm working through it, okay? This has these little ties at the sides here and then on the other side. It is at a very decent length, very oversized, very airy. I think this is going to come in handy during the summer when I start going camping. Me and my husband love going camping during the summer season, so throwing this over my swimsuit is going to be great. The only thing that I didn't notice is that this has a stain somewhere, and I'm hoping that I can wash this off and this comes off. I don't know if you guys can see that, but see, it has a little stain right there. If not, what I was thinking is actually dyeing this. Maybe buying some paint fabric or dye. I can easily dye this a different color. I would actually love to get into fabric dyeing, pattern making of sorts with my clothing. I have been really feeling inspired to just buying fabric paint, doing stuff like that. Which brings me to my next item where I got that actual inspiration from, and it is, oh, and by the way, this was, I think this was $6. I took off all the tags yesterday because I was gonna throw it in the wash, and then I got lazy. I also got these pants, and these are long linen green pants. These days I don't really wear colorful pants, but I really liked how airy these felt. It has a little detail button here on the sides. So I don't really own colorful pants like these, but I just felt called to them because they look so comfortable. And yesterday when I was just going through the stuff that I got once I got home, I got hit with inspiration of stamping my clothing items with fabric paint. Let me put some inspiration pictures here, but I got so excited for this. I've never tried this before, but I just felt called to do this, and I think these pants are the perfect pants to do that on. I started looking into some materials I can buy, and they're pretty cheap. Let me know if you guys would like to see that, and maybe my first project could be on these pants. These were only, I think, like $6, so if they get ruined, they get ruined. They were only $6. Okay, so now moving on to some house stuff that I got that are not for the project that we're doing today. This is the first thing that I seen when I went to the little trinket aisle. The trinket aisle is one of my favorite aisles to look through. There's just so many hidden little gems. So the first thing that I got, I ended up getting it, you guys. I ended up getting the brass rabbit. That is a bowl. I love it so much. It is very heavy. It's giving dark cottagecore. It's giving moody. I have no idea what the heck I'm going to put in here. We'll figure that out later. But for now, we got this. I forgot how much this was. I think this was $12? Yeah, I think this was $12. Just had to get her. So cute. Okay, second item that I got that has nothing to do with our craft project today. This was my most expensive item. This was $20. But you guys, I love this so much. I love it so much. I ended up getting it, you guys. This is the kind of shadow box that I was looking for to create the projects that I want to do in this video today, but spoiler alert, I couldn't find one. And I for sure am not opening this up to do the project because I love this how it is. It has vintage keys displayed inside. It's not a print. These are actual keys. Now they're probably fake, right? They, for all I could know, they're probably made out of plastic and not actual metal, how they look like. And let me give you guys a close-up. I don't think these are made out of metal, though they surely do give the impression of metal. I would like to find out, but also I'm afraid to open this and ruin it. I would never ever pay $20 for a frame this size. Maybe something huge that I absolutely adored, but $20 for this was crazy, and I was crazy enough to just get it. Again, because I had the coupons. Otherwise, this would have been a no way for me. I love it, and I love keys. I actually have only one key. This one is made out of metal. I would love to collect these in the future, but I have this one. I have this key that I got at a market one day. I'm pretty sure this was like a necklace at one point, but I love it so much, and it stays on my altar because I think it's very symbolic to just life, you know, unlocking doors and whatnot. So this lives on my altar, and now I have this for my wall. Don't know where I'm gonna put her, but I'm glad I have her. Okay, now moving on to actual things that I got for this cozy project that we're doing. Now, I was looking for shadow boxes initially, and these were framed shadow boxes, so they had like a glass and everything. Found some, but they weren't really going to work for the project that I wanted to do. Some were not in great condition that I found. There was like this flowery one that I got that I really loved, and it was like a shadow box frame, but the glass was painted on, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna come off, and I didn't feel like buying it and risking it. So instead I got these sort of frames that I feel would be great for this project. Now, hear me out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tear like all this stuff off. I'm going to take all this stuff off, and I'm going to paint the entire thing, probably paint this, paint the frame itself, do the same to this one, and we are going to do our little art project on here. I'm thinking of illustrating some naturey stuff. I've been really into insects lately, so maybe illustrating some insects, doing some sort of collage project and putting it on here. I think it's gonna look so cute. It's going to be simple, but I think it's going to look cute. Just watch, you guys. It's going to be great. Just watch. So we got that for that. And then the last thing that I found that I was very excited, that actually goes very well, I feel, or it's going to go very well with one of my projects that I have in mind to do. Oh, and by the way, these were $2, $3. First, let me tell you what I've been wanting to make. I've been wanting to make this here, and it's these little dragonflies made out of cinnamon and leaves. I have the cinnamon sticks. The other day I went to my local park. I left an offering and I foraged some leaves. They're being pressed in one of my little spell books here. So I'm thinking of doing this here, the little dragonflies sort of flying and fluttering. And I was gonna make the whole thing. I really want something over on my desk that hangs, and I feel like that is just so whimsical. So I found this, you guys. Look at this beautiful thing. It is so cute. It's like a little hanging wall art thing, and it has these little stars attached to it. So I'm thinking of creating the dragonflies, right, and attaching them to this. I think it would look so cute, just sort of fluttering over on my wall. The only thing is that this goes flat onto the wall, so if I attach the dragonflies, it might not look like it's flying. I don't know. So we'll see. We're going to try it out, and this was $7. So yeah, friends, those are all the things that I got. I'm excited to get into crafting mode right now and just have a nice unwinding crafting day. I really need this. I feel like I really need this. All right, friends, I'm going to go and make me something to eat first, and then we're going to get to crafting. All right, let's go.
Like I said, she's on her own. So getting what's
So as you guys have seen, I've been hard at work at these little shadow box frames. Initially what I was going to do, I was going to glue or collage and glue these little foraged items that I have. It's like these leaves, and I got some pine cones, and I have some cinnamon sticks, and I was going to collage them and form a dragonfly and put them on these little shadow boxes. But then I was like, wait, I kind of just want to collage a dragonfly and make each thing separately, like the body and then each of the wings separately, and it could sort of give a 3D effect once I put it on here. And I'm so glad that I did that because these came out so good. I love that I got to play around with colors. They came out so good, you guys. Look. This is so cute. I am so glad that I did this. Can you guys picture these on my walls with the rest of my stuff? This just looks so playful. This was so fun, and it was so easy. This is proof that you can create something so beautiful, aesthetically nice with just cheap supplies. I have seen stuff like this that I've been wanting to purchase on Etsy or at just my local retailers, and they are crazy expensive. This is the reason why I will forever just vouch for DIYing your own stuff, because I feel like we can have beautiful things. We just have to create them ourselves. So I'm so excited for these. And because I was on a roll on creating those, I remembered that I actually have a loom. And I don't know if you guys remember last year during the fall season, I made this little guy on this loom. I stitched him in here, this little ghosty, on this felt fabric, and I painted the loom because it was a very light wood color, and I loved how this came out. This was a little fall DIY craft, and I remembered that I had another loom, so I went ahead and painted it right now a darker color because this is the color that I like. And I found this scrap fabric, so I'm thinking of putting the fabric on here, and on this piece is where I'm going to create a little nature dragonfly made out of leaves and a cinnamon stick that I have of sorts. I have no idea where I'm going to be putting any of this stuff but I'm just glad I'm doing it because this is so much fun. Okay, it's been a few hours later. I took a little break because my sister was doing my mom's nails and I told her that I wanted her to do my nails and it was my turn. So I had to step away for a little bit. And you guys, look at the nails in question. Let me see if the camera can pick this up. Okay, I don't know how to show my nails. Okay, look how cute these are. I love how my thumb came out, or my thumbs came out. We did like this little swirl marble type of effect, but these came out so cute, you guys. Me and my sisters have not gone to go get our nails professionally done in, I don't know, it's been almost a year now, and we usually do them here because we have the whole nail kit, and it's been the best investment ever because we get to do fun things like this. All right, so back to our cozy crafting stuff. You guys seen me do my little nature art dragonfly. Okay, I have some thoughts about this. I love it so much for this being like a DIY thing. I think it's so pretty. Personally, a few things that I would change about this though in the future, because I do plan on making more of these. Now that I'm thinking, I probably should have gotten the rest of those looms that I came across at the thrift store. I should have gotten those because I could have been making so much, even though I have no clue where I would have put them because I seriously don't have any more wall space. I don't even know where I'm gonna put these at. But anyways, I digress. What I would change about this is I would actually, it irks me when things are not centered, so I would probably have raised this down a bit. That way it could actually feel more centered. I feel like there's this little awkward space here and then there's like no space up here, so it just looks off center. I love the cinnamon stick idea, but I feel like I should have used maybe like a stick or just maybe a thinner cinnamon stick, but all the cinnamon sticks I had were very thick. I feel like it just takes a lot of space. I don't know. I feel like it just would have looked better with a thinner stick on here. I also wish that the leaves were a little bit shorter, that way they didn't reach the tips of the loom, and this would have just looked a lot more centered. The good thing about this is that this was pretty much like, I didn't really waste money on making this. These are all things that I had at home. I had the loom already. I had already foraged the leaves. This was lavender that I had picked from the garden and dried, so I already had those and I used those as little antennas. I already had all this. This was all foraged. I already had the fabric, I already had the loom, so I am not mad at this. I feel like this is just such a fun project to just do. Nature is just so full of beautiful shapes and colors that I feel like you can use them for so many crafts. I have so many ideas that I want to do with just leaves. I always am looking for leaves to dry and press, as well as flowers, because you can make so much art with them. Needless to say, you guys, this is an entire vibe. It's just gonna look so pretty in a wall. Now, I do have a problem. I don't know where I'm gonna put these. I have an idea of where they might fit, but back here in my collage wall, they don't fit unless I move some of them around. I don't know. I need to figure some stuff out and see what I want to do with these. We're gonna figure that out together because these have to go up. I almost forgot to tell you guys that I don't think I'm going to be able to DIY this project for this vlog, and mainly because I actually don't have space for this. I love this so much, but I swear to you guys, my walls, I just don't have a lot of wall space in this room, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to do anything with this for now. So I'm going to be putting this in my storage and saving it for when me and my husband move out of here during the summer. So let me show you guys my wall space and what I'm working with and some of the areas that I might want to put my new little frames at. Okay, if you guys have been with me for a while, then you know that this is my little desk area, my very messy desk right now because of all my crafts. But this is the little gallery wall behind my desk and I love it. These are all art pieces that I have drawn or that I have found at thrift stores. I pretty much have drawn all of these. These are all my original artwork. All of this is my original artwork, except this one right here. This one is a little fairy that I found at, I think, a Goodwill. I love my gallery wall so much. But as you can see, I don't really have any space unless I continue going up here. But I feel like that's just too high up and I really don't want to go all the way up there. But another place that I'm thinking of maybe putting my little newly art pieces or moving some of these around and putting it at that other spot and then putting these here. Let me show you guys. Okay, so that's where my desk is, and these are my 3 bookshelves that I have. And there's this little wall spot here between my bookshelf and my window that I feel, I don't know, like some cute little frames like in a row like that will look really cute there. I think I want to try it, put some artwork here and see how that looks. Okay, let's see. Oh, like that? Like that. Biggest to smallest, baby? Oh, I hope that's straight. Okay, how adorable is that, you guys? I just went ahead and put them here rather than over on my desk area, even though I really wanted them there, just because I was too lazy to move stuff around. I already know if I started taking frames down from my gallery wall over on my desk, it was just gonna be a whole other project. Yeah, no. So I just put them here for now, and I think they go very well in just a little row like that. I think it's perfect for these here.